Hey everyone, welcome back to the Steel Donut Collective. My name is Blake, and with me today is Bob.
This is my final intro line.
And Connor.
Hello there.
And today we're going back to the past. We're pulling an Eminem. We are cleaning out our closet. Actually, has nothing to do with that song at all. And we are covering Beauty and the Spider-Man by Scooby Cool 9 and Lucky Cool Hawk 9.
Oh, okay.
This is something that we found like at the beginning of the channel and loved.
I think before the channel.
And then I have no idea why it took us this long, but the Chinese democracy of fanfiction riffs is here. Beauty and the Spider-Man. And I'm excited. Again, you have to remind me: is Scooby Cool 9 and Lucky Cool Hawk 9 two people sharing an account, or one?
I believe it's just one
name?
person. And originally their name was like Scooby and Lucky 9, and then they like added stuff along the way, and they had to make sure it was cool on both sides.
Yeah,
and 9 on both sides. But you don't want to be necessarily Hawk on both sides.
His profile, if I remember, used to have a bunch of stuff on it. Now it just says, as of right now, October 23rd, I'm clearing my profile and logging out, as there is currently a hacker who is trying to hack his way into fanfiction. I advise you to clear your profile and do the same, since some profiles have already been affected. Once the issue resolves, I will log back into fanfiction.net. If my profile changes from this account has been hacked, but I'm logging out and trying to prevent this from happening.
What a way.
They never did.
Wow.
Yeah, what a way to go out.
So, yeah, this is Beauty and the Spider-Man. The description is Scooby and Spider-Man crossover. Edited chapters being rewritten!
There's no chance this is going to get...
Well, especially since, I mean, until somehow
Until that hacker goes away.
He's so mean. He's just going around. He's like, oh, someone's logged in. Gonna hack you.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna clear out all your OCs, replace them with mine.
Oh my god.
That's horrific.
Yeah. So, Chapter 1, the not-so-real start, also known as Chapter 1, the false start.
Oh. Cool.
Oh.
He already knows he's lying to us about where the story begins. Great.
Yeah. In high school, there are two major social classes. Oh, we're going to get some sociology. And there is no exception at Coolsville High School, with the constant war between the popular and the geeks.
Ah, these stereotypes that have not applied in maybe 30 years.
These two should never clash, let alone fall in love with each other. This story
things.
This story speaks of two such lovers and the war within the high school. Gosh, this is like David Bowie wrote Heroes about this, which is just as deadly as family wars.
So not really deadly for the most part.
Well,
right?
I mean, unless we're talking
there are family fights that do end in murder.
Well,
what's going on at these high schools?
But not that many.
Well, maybe he's just being accurate. I do agree that high school...
It is exactly as deadly, yeah.
Which is not deadly at all. This story tells of young sophomore Peter Parker, a.k.a. Spider-Man, and his only love, Daphne Blake. We shall first focus of young Peter Parker, who had just moved from New York to Coolsville. That is what it's called, yes. Along with his Aunt May. Today was Peter's first day of school. He rushed to get together his clothes and glasses on, as Aunt May called Peter down for breakfast. That sentence was off in just slight ways.
Everything about this is weird.
He rushed to get together his he got together his clothes on.
Yeah.
Like two verbs.
Like that first paragraph was definitely some Romeo and Juliet stuff, but like going all the way to we shall first focus of young Peter Parker. Like, let me try to write exactly like Shakespeare.
Yeah, prepositions. Wow. Aunt May said, Peter. Yeah.
Peter, dear, can you please sit down and eat some breakfast?
It would mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
Peter retorted.
Retorted. Aunt May, I'm going to be late for the school bus.
Aunt May said,
the bus is not coming for another 45 minutes, so come have some pancakes as we wait for it.
I can't relate to anyone who has to be persuaded to eat pancakes.
I can't relate to anybody who gets up more than, so long in advance of the school bus that it takes 45 minutes for it to even get to your house. Like, you're not going to be late for school.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, he's trying to get dressed in a way that isn't even grammatically correct. So
that's true. Yeah, I guess that would take a lot longer.
He was trying to like get dressed while leaping down the stairs or something. It sounded like.
If I trust one person to do that correctly, I do trust Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the people,
yeah.
Peter grumbled, but still ate the pancakes.
No, I fucking hate pancakes.
Fucking delicious pancakes. Gotta eat the. No. The bus finally arrived, and Peter's spider sense alerted him of them. For the few of you that do not Spider-Man's origins, here's a quick synopsis.
Oh, okay.
I don't think this is necessary, but okay.
I don't know. Do you Spider-Man's origins?
I guess I don't Spider-Man's origins.
Peter Parker was lowercase Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider, which gave him a nice build of muscles around his once skinny body.
That is such a weird way to describe this.
Peter Parker, bodybuilder man.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, here's the tale of Peter Parker's origin. He was bit by a spider, which made him a straight up man thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's
he's a himbo now.
It's like, wait, what? What happened? He had the ability to climb on walls using only his hands, and he designed web shooters and the Spider-Man costume. Now back to our story, which is waiting for us.
That was a very bad explanation, if that really was anyone's, needed explanation of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Man,
wow.
Yeah.
If you were wondering why Peter was in such a rush to catch the bus 45 minutes earlier, was that he wanted to explore the city of Spider-Man.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. Get your morning, spider bounds in or whatever.
I don't even understand, but then he just gets on the fucking bus. Peter got on the school bus, but almost every seat was taken. There was still one empty booth, which Peter decided to sit in. The next thing he knew, a girl was pulling him away from that booth. This girl had brownish hair, very short cut, an orange blouse, and an orange skirt.
Oh, I think this is Velma.
She said, yeah, Velma. Orange.
Yeah.
You must be the new student we've been hearing so much from our teachers.
Jesus.
Just to give you a warning, that booth is reserved by Fred Jones so he could always sit with Daphne Blake, the most popular girl in school. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Velma Dinkley.
You must come sleep in the trash with the rest of us in the back of the bus.
Yeah, what? I'm like Fred's right-hand man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm like his liaison. I have to reserve this for him. She pointed to a lanky boy with light brown hair, a green t-shirt and baggy pants, and a brown dog with black spits and unsteady legs.
Oh.
Yeah, Scooby Doo is known for...
Unsteady legs?
Scooby Doo he has rickets and he also does dip.
Getting on in the years,
Hi, I'm Scooby. Welcome to Dip Reviews. I'm trying Grizzly's new honey mustard flavor.
Honey mustard dip?
Yeah, why not?
I can think of a couple reasons why not.
Yeah.
Two Southern classics together at last.
Yeah.
Velma said,
this is Norville Rogers, but mostly referred to as Shaggy by everyone, and his Great Dane Scooby Doo.
I love this next line.
Yeah, I like it too. Scooby said,
Spider-Man. Yeah.
For Scooby saw the black spider symbol for two of Peter's buttons were open, for he was constantly unbuttoning them while he listened to Velma.
What? He's literally just got the suit on underneath, his button up.
Oh man,
that doesn't sound good.
Girl talking to me. Oh, I gotta is it hot in here or just me?
He keeps unbuttoning and rebuttoning. He's like, oh no, somebody will see my spider symbol. I hope no one notices I'm Spider-Man. Imagine if, in the middle of a meeting at Wayne Enterprises, Batman just idly, like Bruce Wayne idly flipped a batarang in his fingers. What are you doing? Everyone will see you.
No.
Oh my god.
Every student looked out the window to see where Spider-Man was, while the students neglected to notice Peter Parker's open shirt with the spider symbol. I guess Scooby is technically a detective. He would be observant.
Is he?
He's also the only one paying attention.
Yeah. Peter asked Scooby,
what will it take? I didn't mean for these to be conversations with myself. I thought
that's all right.
What will it take to get you to be quiet? Period.
Yeah, it's like, my dinner with Andre, this is my dinner with Connor, and it's just Connor by himself.
Yeah.
At a table. Scooby responded.
Now all of a sudden in perfect grammar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two boxes of Scooby.
Hold on, real quick. Whenever you're reading a Scooby line, but it's in perfect, unaffected English, can you just read it in a different voice?
Yeah, because I can't actually do the Scooby voice
without
if it doesn't start with an R,
Yeah.
So 2 boxes of Scooby snacks. The missing end quote.
Missing end quote, yeah.
Peter gave Scooby 2 boxes of Scooby snacks and buttoned his shirt.
That's not what he asked.
Scooby said,
Ross Larb.
That's not how that works.
No, you replace the first letter of any word with R and you're done.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I forgot how fucking weird this story gets.
Peter relaxed next to Velma Dinkley, for the commotion had ended. I heard this all from my bedroom as I grabbed on my clothes. Everyone's doing it.
No, really, seriously.
I ran to catch the school bus. I am Lucky Knight. I am UR narrator. One of my many superpowers is the ability to know everyone's thoughts and super hearing.
That's right. We've got an omniscient first-person narrator.
Holy crap.
And he also knows if you have super hearing. He knows everyone's thoughts and their super hearing. I boarded the school bus and gave Scooby another box of Scooby snacks for keeping my secrets, which are many.
Why does Scooby know them?
I told you,
Well,
Scooby
tell them where you hid the bodies, you lucky Knight.
This means this story will be shifting from third-person omniscient to first-person omniscient.
You are
now you're breaking the fourth wall, and you said you're changing from third-person omniscient to first-person omniscient. What?
Yeah. I passed Peter Parker and Velma as they chatted, and I sat in the empty booth Peter missed.
There was one he missed, okay.
Yeah, Peter said as I sat,
Who was that just passed us?
Velma said,
Oh my god. That is Lucky Knight, who for some apparent reason knows a lot of things no one should know, and who fits into neither the popular crowd nor us geeks. He is very quiet and mysterious. Is she still talking?
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I know she's not.
She's not talking. Okay.
Missing end quote, and also, I think he might actually be Sigma.
This is the most Sigma anyone has ever been.
These are nothing but Sigma moves.
If you practice your Sigma grind set, you will also become an omniscient first-person narrator.
Yeah, at some point, you'll become John Wick, and then you'll become Lucky Knight.
You will simply exist within and without the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To end this off, I guess a quick synopsis of my appearance would be nice. No, I don't care. I am 5'9", somewhat muscular, very large. That's a phonetic spelling if I've ever seen one. Very dark brown hair, a sort of white with a combination of light brown skin, and eyes as dark as midnight.
You lost me.
Have you ever gotten one of those coffees that has the cream leaf on top? That's kind of what he looks like.
the shape, but that's his skin tone.
Yeah, he looks like a latte.
Okay.
I have a solemn, handsome, fast, and a dark brown small mustache.
What the shit?
I've never seen
solemn, handsome, fast,
dark brown small mustache.
Is that all? Is that all supposed to describe the mustache, or is there something else that he's got?
I like to imagine that he just has a very notable mustache that is worthy of that many adjectives.
Yeah. It's dark brown, it's small, but it's also fast, handsome, and solemn.
Yeah.
It's the sort of mustache you can wear to a funeral.
He doesn't want you to think he has a silly mustache. It's small, but not silly. It's solemn.
Yeah.
Not like a John Waters thing.
Like a Tom Selleck thing.
But small.
Yeah, but
not silly.
You see coming down the street.
So imagine
coming very fast down the street.
Yeah. So imagine a mustache that's just like a little patch of hair right under your nose. It's like that.
Well, I think we should throw to the audience maybe and see if maybe somebody can draw what a solemn, handsome, fast, dark brown small mustache looks like, and more importantly, I want you to be able to explain it if we ask. How it is solemn, how it is handsome, how it is fast.
And if you need inspiration, go on to YouTube. You can look up Charlie Chaplin eating his shoe.
Mm-hmm. And honestly,
because he does eat his shoe.
Based on the rest of the sentence, I want you to just draw this character.
Yeah, please draw this character.
Dark brown mustache. I'm currently wearing shorts and a Reese's peanut butter shirt.
Beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
He's also wearing a Reese's peanut butter skin.
Yeah.
In the next chapter, we will see what Daphne Blake is doing prior to school. Now, this is definitely the not-so-real start.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm looking at an alien artifact.
Yeah. This feels like the beginning of Arrival.
Like, this is what that guy meant when he said writing has no rules.
These are the missing scenes from Prometheus.
Yes.
So, Chapter 2, One Truth Out, or Part Confession and Daphne meets Peter Parker. We're operating on QB Gear rules.
Oh my god, yeah.
Pardon the quarter. And then author's note, who I guess is kind of the writer. Thank you for the criticism, McKnight93. I'm going to take it to heart and use it.
Whoa.
So, Chapter 2. Remember in the last chapter that I mentioned myself? Well, I was not exactly on the bus yet. I was confusing, I know.
Well,
yeah.
Yes.
Confusing, yes. To clarify, I am still the narrator, but there are times where I do make mistakes. So he's an unreliable first-person omniscient narrator.
Oh my god, why is this
really
happening?
Trying something new here?
You read this less for the story and more for the format.
Yeah.
I do not know everything. You said you were omniscient. So I can only assume things. About yourself, you said that you were on the bus, and now you're like, oh, I made a mistake about me being on the bus. How was that the one thing you don't know?
Maybe it's like I could know anything, but only if I'm like paying attention to it. So like stuff I'm not caring about, I don't know how it went.
Yeah.
Which is called having a mind. You know?
Yeah. So I will appear later in third person.
Oh no.
In the background, but not now. Speaking of that, I just blabbed away a whole paragraph on a slight annoying white lie I told.
You didn't actually explain that. What the hell do you mean by I'm on the bus? I'm not exactly on the bus, yet I am. I don't care.
Daphne was getting ready for school. She was nearly done applying her makeup, and she knew the bus was coming in less than 15 minutes. She was halfway down the stairs when she tripped over one of Fred's trap rope they used to catch ghosts.
Fred set up traps all over this house? What?
Yeah, just in case a ghost comes. Fred was outside waiting for Daphne as she was yelling,
"Help!"
She certainly lived up to the name Danger-Prone Daphne. This was the fourth time she stumbled over Fred's trap this week.
Good.
Fred, stop turning your house into...
You're not doing you're not solving a mystery right now.
I like the idea of, like, I stretch a rope over the stairs and Bob trips over it all the time, and I'm like, haha, Bob, why do you keep tripping over the rope on the stairs that I said?
Yeah, I love the criticism. It's like Fred is the asshole here, but she gets the nickname. Danger-Prone Daphne? Like, no, stop hanging around Fred.
It says trap rope, but, like, I guess, I think trip
I'm assuming
rope
it's tripwire kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, good old Danger-Prone Daphne, always stepping in the bear trap I put next to your slippers.
Yeah. Always walking into the tripwire hooked up to the shotgun.
Yeah.
You moron.
Yeah, so Daphne yelling dragged to outside of the Blake's mansion. Yes, my mansion.
Whoa.
Where Fred was standing. Fred lives outside of my mansion.
Outside of... So he's broken into her mansion to hook it up in murderous ways. Great.
Yes, great.
It's like a weird take on Home Alone. It's like, I'm going to go trap other people's houses.
Yeah. Also, it's crazy that inside her home, like, he set up the trap, and it drags her outside the home. Like, that's a hell of a trap.
Oh, I see. I thought the yelling dragged... He heard it outside. No, she was, yeah.
She was dragged outside her home.
Well, her yelling was, anyway.
I don't know.
Fred saw that the door was ajar and saw Daphne was trapped in his trap for the fourth time this week. If you have not followed, today is Thursday, and Daphne was starting to get annoyed by Fred's trap that she was stuck in yet again.
Please.
She watches Fred cut the rope of the net of the trap that she was in for the fourth time this week, and her name is
Thursday.
Daphne. Yeah, on a Thursday. She nearly landed hard on her floor if Fred did not catch her. terrible. Never ever write a sentence like that. I will fire you.
Ever write like the whole back half of this paragraph.
And the front half, and like the rest of the...
yeah, that too.
She nearly landed hard on her floor, but he caught her, so she didn't. Like, what? Daphne asked Fred,
"Can you please put me down?"
Fred said,
"Sure, Daphne."
Daphne was glad to be on the ground again, to a certain degree. She glanced at her phone, which said it was only 3 minutes until the school bus arrived. Daphne knew that it would take 5 minutes to get to the bus stop, so she called Fred and told him that they were going to be late if they did not hurry.
He's next to her.
We have a mansion, and we put a lot of money in the mansion. We don't have a car or a chauffeur anyway, or like we're high schoolers. We could have our own car we drive to school, show up in Porsches, but...
No, we have to take the public bus.
Yeah. Daphne was running to catch the bus, and she barely made it onto the bus, with Fred arriving 5 seconds later. She walked and saw her booth was empty, and she allowed Fred to sit in first. She sat after she called to Velma and said thank you, and noticed the new boy sitting next to Velma. Daphne first noticed the boy was nerdy, but cute with brown wavy hair. He was the new boy that the teachers kept mentioning. Daphne was scanning her memory when she suddenly remembers his name was Peter Parker.
Stop, hold on. I just have to ask, why in these stories do the teachers gossip about students who have not yet arrived?
They're trying to build some hype,
Okay.
Well, either, like, this school bus has all of the people that go to that high school on it, or, like, I don't even know what the second option is, because, I mean, you go to a big enough high school, and who cares that a new guy is here,
Yeah. But, like, I wanna sort of go back to this for a second. I mean, Bob, imagine you move. As a kid, you move to a new school, and when you walk in, rather than being like, oh, nobody knows me, everyone's like, oh shit, it's Bob! Dude, we've heard all of the stories. You're gonna be great at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
SummerSlam?
Yes. You went to wrestling high school now.
No!
Yeah, just don't wrestle Sonic, whatever you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna get killed!
Yeah.
The referee just skips straight to 123.
Uh-huh.
The thing that made her move to ask him a question was the fact that he was the only boy who captured pictures of Spider-Man, but before she could make it there, the bus jerked and was parked in front of Coolsville High School 15 minutes before class.
The thing that made her move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he says to, like, rate and review and all that, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we move on to Chapter 3, our first three villains, also known as Coolsville High Tour, Hospital Narrator, and the first three villains.
Mm-hmm.
These alternates are always way too long.
It's really amazing to me how the first two chapters told us almost nothing of value at all, and covered the same event twice, but not one bit of detail was important at all. Except maybe that we have an omniscient, unreliable first-person narrator.
I say all of that might have been lies.
Yeah, I think that's the most important part here. This is like a, museum exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Like, come on, we dug this out of the peat bogs that, froze it thousands of years ago. Like, this is the only story you'll find where there's a first-person omniscient narrator who might also actually end up here and potentially be in third person.
The bus jerked and sent Daphne flying as they parked. Peter's spider sense alerted him that there was trouble. Daphne was nearly to the floor when Peter quickly grabs her head and picks her up.
Don't do it by the head.
Jesus,
ow.
It would have been better if she hit the floor.
Yeah.
Thanks for catching me by my fucking head.
Yeah.
Imagine you have a ponytail and you're falling face first. You're about to hit the floor, and someone grabs you by the ponytail to stop. You're just like, whoa there, bud! Like that would fucking hurt.
I'm pretty sure what would happen is you would still hit the floor, and the other person would just scalp you.
Yeah, or you'd snap your neck. Like you could really hurt someone like that.
Ow! Daphne said to Peter,
"Thanks, Peter. Let me give you a quick tour of the school with my friends."
Oh.
Peter was first in shock from the request that Daphne offered him.
You don't offer requests. That's not how it works.
He responded slowly. Slowly.
Thanks, Daphne. It would help me get around the building and not run into any trouble.
I also really like that, like, even though clearly what happened to Daphne was the driver's fault, the driver hasn't even appeared as a character. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody has a thing to say to them.
What? Well, maybe it's like that old like trick puzzle, you know, where it's like 4 people get on, 3 people get off, 5 people get on, and 6 get off. And what is the bus driver's name? It's like, oh yeah, it's me.
Yeah, like Fortnite told you, kids. Always thank your bus driver.
Yeah, always thank your bus driver, or this shit will happen.
They will find a way to conveniently injure only you. They are masters of physics.
Yeah. Hope everyone's got a seatbelt on! Yeah! And then, like, doing, like, a hard right, the whole bus is rolling.
Like, they can select who gets pitched out of a seat just by carefully manipulating the brake.
There's actually a panel. There's a panel to their side. And they can press individual buttons and just decouple your fucking seatbelts.
Damn.
Like, the kid 3 rows back on my left is really pissing me off. Click, turn.
It's like a James Bond bus. They've all got ejector seats.
Dude, kindergarten spy. And it's
God.
And it's Daniel Craig has to go to a kindergarten.
Yes! I want that. I want that now.
It's actually great because they love bringing back properties like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Yeah, make it happen, Daniel. Danny boy.
Yeah.
So, Tribble always finds Peter, with bullies pestering him about being a nerd. Daphne called over Fred, Velma, Shaggy, and the only mystery-solving dog, Scooby Doo. Peter nervously walked into Coolsville High, following Daphne and friends.
Do the rest of them not solve mysteries? It sounds like Scooby's just doing it on his own.
I mean, he solved that mystery about Spider-Man earlier.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's like when Muhammad Ali immediately figured out who Superman was.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it's like, man, Lex Luthor couldn't figure this out, like, ever. He's supposed to be a genius or something. Muhammad Ali figured it out just by watching him, like, fight.
Yeah.
He, like, boxed him, and he's like, I can tell, just from the way you box, that you're,
superhuman.
Yeah, that you're actually Clark Kent. And he's like, wait, what? How? And it's like, I'm Muhammad Ali.
You have writer's wrists.
Yeah. And he also, didn't he win the fight?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, no, I can't remember. So Daphne was very agile as she showed.
Not that agile. She did almost get brained by the bus.
She was doing backflips down the halls.
And can't step over a rope that she knows is there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just parkour.
Well, I mean, shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be there. We got to keep this on Fred. He's psychopathic.
That's true. That is true. He's a lunatic.
Yeah. But yeah, Daphne's just gonna parkour around the school.
Yeah.
She was one of the few students who knew everything about Coolsville High.
Well, the other one was a Lucky Knight, who, of course, is omniscient.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, she's one of the few who knew everything. All the Easter eggs and, like, hidden pickups.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on. Read that sentence again, and then follow it up with the next sentence. There's such a high contrast between these two tones.
She was one of the few students who knew everything about Coolsville High. She would occasionally glance back, afraid that she was alone, and had lost track of her friends and Peter.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
What?
Like Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, like what a twist! She knew everything about the place, but what if she turns back and they all turn to pillars of salt?
Yeah.
It's like Garfield, you know, where he was...
When he turned into a pillar of salt. Yeah.
When he turned...
I remember that episode of the Garfield show.
She had not, but she still had a weird feeling about Peter. She rarely felt this way about anyone, except for Fred and Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man, my one love.
You know what? Oh my God, I just figured it out. Fred is Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh.
That's why she only feels that way around Fred and Spider-Man.
Peter Eyes kept on wandering around the school, searching for something.
Oh
His
my God.
eyes wandered around the school.
Oh,
incredible!
That's poetic.
Whoa!
How me a writer?
Yeah. How me a dog learned how to write?
Yeah. Peter was somewhat happy when he first entered Coolsville High because it was not as big as it looked. What? Who the fuck cares?
Oh, woo! I thought I would be in some massive rooms, but it turns out it's actually just pretty small.
Oh, I thought these ceilings were going to be like 12 to 13 feet high, and they're only 10 feet high, and that really eases my anxiety.
It's like a converted Fuddruckers, because like Fuddruckers on the outside looks like it's going to be the size of like a Sam's Club or something.
Yeah, holy shit! Why did Fuddruckers always look so big on the outside, but when you go inside, it was like cramped?
And I think I looked that up once, and I saw other people saying that. Like,
yeah,
there's something like that's like a path out of the Matrix or something. There's something not right about Fuddruckers.
We're officially talking about something that I don't think anyone listening has even seen.
Well,
Fuddruckers is still around, right?
Somewhere.
Good old Fuddruckers. It's a burger place.
Leave a comment if you have a Fuddruckers near you. They have completely moved out of every area I've been to.
Yeah. I would say comment if it's bigger on the outside than it is on the inside, but that is literally a given. Like,
yeah, I'm saying
it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
On Google it says they have 99 locations across the U.S. So
yeah, I don't have any near me.
Road
either.
trip to
moved.
Fuddruckers.
Peter was always looking around to keep track of where they were.
There's
something wrong with Peter.
Eyes do.
Velma broke the silence, saying, "She's giving a silent tour." Daphne is.
Jesus Christ.
So awkward.
She turns to Peter at the beginning and says, "The school is pretty self-explanatory, and I won't be providing any further explanation."
Yeah.
And then she takes off and then just keeps looking back.
Did I lose him?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you walk behind me, you could fill out all your map.
Yeah.
Then you could fast travel to any classroom.
Oh, man.
Okay. Peter, where are you working in Coolsville?
I love that you made Velma into Lois.
Yeah.
That's great.
Peter.
All right, whatever.
Peter knew the answer to that question and ansed it swiftly.
Oh, God.
Who the fuck cares? Also, this is a great name for a company.
Yeah. The daily photographing. Oh.
Jesus, yeah, it's like my favorite news show, the Daily Newscasting.
Yeah.
Incredible.
The Daily Photographing Company was a small industry run by J. Jonah Jameson's cousin. His cousin was D. John Jameson.
Oh, how convenient. Get me pictures of Spiderman.
I'm sorry, this is very stupid.
Yeah. This is so dumb. You know, I wonder why the Daily Photographing isn't as big as the Daily Bugle.
Well, yeah.
Daphne was happy to know something new about Peter. She felt a little bit better. She pointed where the science lab was, which happened to be Peter's and Mystery Incorporated first class.
Did you know anything about Peter before?
Why is she so... Like, she's treating him as if he is the most sus guy who's ever entered this school.
I mean... He keeps unbuttoning and rebuttoning his shirt, showing off his fucking Spider-Man logo.
He did catch her by the head.
Sounds like her life is going to start revolving around this guy.
What a fucking decision. I'm still wrapping my head around, like, what did the writer imagine catching someone by their head looked like? Because, like, I imagine, I figure in their mind, that made sense. But in my mind, what I'm imagining is she's like an inch from the floor, and he bends over and grabs the back of her head.
I was sort of imagining Sub-Zero's fatality from the first Mortal Kombat, where he rips your head out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean... But yeah, the head... There's a lot of mass that's not in the head. Yeah. Grabbing the head isn't going to really stop anything.
Yeah.
Unless you are Spider-Man.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I slipped and fell off the off this bridge. Fortunately, I managed to catch the railing with my teeth.
Yeah. Whew.
Shaggy told Scooby, "Scooby, I will see you outside at lunchtime." Scooby sadly said,
"Okay, Raggy,"
and left the gang behind. The bell rang and the first class was in session. Peter was especially happy that his fist class was Science Lab.
Nice.
Oh.
Science was his all-time favorite class, and obviously Velma's favorite class.
Obviously.
Can't you tell by her glasses? Well, there's two types of people, dude. Jocks and geeks.
Yeah.
And jocks would never wear glasses.
Popular.
Apparently they're at war with each other, except for this group, which is made up of some jocks and some geeks.
Also, like, I haven't seen any violence or war between these two classes of people. What?
Yes.
They've walked into school, and the most difficulty they've faced was from the bus driver.
Yeah, I remember reading Karl Marx, and he was talking about, the war between the geeks and the jocks.
That's what the Communist Manifesto is about.
Yeah. Proletariat is just a really fancy word for jock.
That's communist for geek. And then bourgeoisie is French for jock. Or Jacques, as they say.
Jacques, yeah. That's good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so they're in fist class. It happened to be Daphne's least favorite class and her worst class. Mm-hmm. She dreaded going to science class or lab. The teacher paired up the class, which means Shaggy and Velma lab panthers.
What a word! My God,
that's
lab panthers.
Dangerous.
Yeah. I feel like
I'm gonna have to ruminate on that one.
I'm thinking like cougars. It's like an old lady, so like a lab panther is someone, some scientist who is just they got into science for the sex.
Yeah, the sex appeal.
Damn.
Yeah. Fred was someone else, and Daphne and Peter were lab panthers. Why?
They're gonna keep saying lab panther, dude.
Oh my God.
Like, read the next sentence.
Daphne was happy to be lab panthers with Peter.
They're really tripling down on it.
Oh, yeah, please.
She would be able to get to know him better. Also, shouts to Somayoni-chan hanging out with Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Daphne asked Peter,
"What did the teacher say to do with these chemicals?" Not a question.
Peter told her that the teacher said,
"She told us to mix the chemicals in the beaker and not to mix them in the test tubes because it was highly dangerous to do and cause you a huge explosion."
That makes a lot of sense. When you're mixing dangerous chemicals that can cause a huge explosion, you want to mix larger amounts of them in a bigger container.
Yeah.
So take 1 part bleach and 1 part ammonia.
Yeah. And then take a big whiff.
Now I see why this high school is like a war zone, a danger zone. Everything about it is dangerous. They're just mixing, like, potentially explosive chemicals in first period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I too would hate science lab if I was liable to get my fingers blown off every time I walked in.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I love the phrasing.
Yeah.
Cause you a huge explosion.
On the first day of school, it's like, welcome class, look to your left, now look to your right. Only one of the 3 of you will make it to the end of the year.
Those are the ones who were worthy.
Yeah, the lucky ones survive.
Like the Spartans. It's like you have to throw the baby to the wolves, and if it kills the wolves, it's good enough.
Yeah, just like that movie Meet the Spartans.
My favorite.
Cause you a huge explosion.
It's beautiful.
Be careful driving in icy weather. It could cause you a huge accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Daphne was glad to know what to do and to not get hurt, which would just prove her danger-prone Daphne act.
It's an act?
It's not on you, Daphne. It's on the school this time.
Yeah.
She is an unreliable character, being told by an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
Peter was happy to know in friends in Mystery Incorporated.
Incredible. Beautiful. What a sentence.
I'm happy to know in friends in Steel Donut Collective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He still had the slight problem of Scooby knowing his secret, but it was not too much to worry. He realized it was different. Okay? Peter felt the day rushed by as class after class flew by, leaving him to wonder and daydream.
Incredible.
Peter had already gone early yesterday to the daily photography. Okay, it's just different now. So he knew that they wanted pictures of Mystery Incorporated defeating a monster and saving the town of Coolsville.
This is the one thing we need.
Yeah.
Oh, we also need to decide on our name. We keep changing it.
Yeah. Our trademark fell through.
Yeah, I'm really burning through my business loan, changing, buying up web addresses.
Yeah.
Domain names. Daphne felt the day go by in a blur. I I thought for a second I was starting the same thing again. Daphne felt the day go by in a blur as class after Lass flew by.
I mean, she is a lass.
Yeah. Leaving her with a lot of time to wonder where they would wind up today when they solved mystery. They're self-aware about their formulaic show.
We have no idea where we're going to end up.
She scanned her brain for how many times she's seriously a robot.
What the fuck?
She's doing those freaking Sherlock mind word sequence things.
Yeah, maybe this was written by an AI, and that's how it thinking works.
Oh, maybe. Man.
For how many times she was captured by the ghosts, monsters, and ghouls, Mr. Incorporated always found out about the real person behind the mask. Daphne was already somewhat excited to spend some more time with Peter, as he would help them solve their mysteries, and it made Daphne feel better to know that he was there, but first she would have to complete her homework.
Jesus.
I feel like not a single thing in that was related to anything else.
You know, I didn't realize how much I appreciated just having the structure of knowing that they were going to school to go to a class, because at least I kind of knew where this was heading, but now this is free game. We could go anywhere from here.
Yeah, Daphne, like, you're thinking, like, I wonder where we're gonna end up when we go solve a mystery today. Man, I sure get captured a lot, but we always, solve the mystery in the end.
I like it,
Peter. Spend more time with Peter.
Yeah, like, ask the rest of your group if they're gonna allow Peter to come with.
But first she would have to complete her homework.
Yeah, she has to do her homework first.
First I have to complete my homework.
Okay.
Yeah. Peter was excited to finally help Mr. Incorporated and earn some money to help his Aunt May to pay their bills because Uncle Ben had died due to Peter as Spider-Man not stopping a robber who killed his uncle. It stayed with Peter along with the death of his parents. He already had his camera packed and he just stood there waiting for the mystery machine.
Wow.
Peter was not used to waiting because the villains always were then when Spider-Man was.
Whoa! The villains
always
were then when
Spider-Man was.
So Spider-Man exists at a certain point in time, and the villains always were.
Yes.
Then.
I feel like you can represent that sentence with the same diagram you can use to explain the theory of relativity.
I mean, that's the thing about superheroes, The superheroes existing kind of causes the villains to exist. Without Spider-Man, there'd be no villains because they only always were then when Spider-Man is.
Holy shit.
Was.
Hey, wherever you were, then when, where that I was.
The existence of Spider-Man causes the existence of villains.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Vulture wouldn't, fly around being a skinny dude with, stealing things.
He would steal things in a more traditional way if there weren't.
Yeah.
Huh.
Peter could have sworn he was being watched, but he was very wrong.
What?
He was just he felt like an omniscient pair of eyes.
Hold on. First of all, he could have sworn he was being watched, but he was wrong. Is a great way to kill any momentum you might have had, right? Like if he felt like he was being watched, that is we get a feeling from that. We get an idea of maybe some mystery, maybe there's someone watching him. But you just assured us that's not true. But you're also lying because the narrator is an omniscient first-person narrator and is watching Peter.
See, it's like
there's so many layers to how this is
story.
There's a reason no one ever uses omniscient first-person, unreliable narrators.
And the power move of being like, oh man, I have a bad feeling I'm being watched. Good thing it's just a feeling.
Yeah, good thing you don't have any evidence for that, because it's not true. Yep.
Power move.
More than a feeling.
When I see Mary Jane walk away.
Actually, it's less than a feeling.
More than nothing, less than something.
Yeah. Daphne was having a hard time trying to find something to wear for this first mystery solving with Peter helping them. Guess what? She's just going to wear a normal outfit.
Yeah.
She finally found a purple dress and a pair of purple high heels. She thought about instead of the purple high heels to wear purple sneakers, but decided to put them in her beautiful green purse along with extra socks.
Yeah.
Yes.
In case you have a blowout.
Yeah.
Your sock just explodes.
Yeah.
Like a flat tire. The mystery machine was already outside her house with just Fred driving it. What the fuck? Why would more than one person be goddamn driving it?
Get in, kids. This is like a mech. All 6 of us need to operate
You operate
it.
the legs, I'll operate the arms, you operate the head.
Dude, the mystery mech.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that.
The mystery Zords.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Dude, when we all like meet up, we need to try to drive a car all together.
That sounds like a dangerous thing to try.
We'll do it in an empty parking lot.
We'll do it on a busy street.
Yeah. Steel Donut gets arrested, first riff from in prison.
Yeah.
Will be the C murder of fanfiction reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. She boarded the van, ready to go pick Peter and the rest of the gang. Peter Piper picked a peck. Daphne felt the breeze as they drove to go and get Peter at his house. Mm-hmm. Oh, atmospheric.
What a random detail.
It really puts you in the scene. Peter was dressed in a dark black shirt and a pair of jeans, which were comfortable in its own weird way.
I'm pretty sure most people find jeans at least sort of comfortable.
What are you guys talking about? Jeans are just like always so uncomfortable. It's so weird to think of jeans as being comfortable.
Now, granted, I hate jeans. I think jeans are very uncomfortable, but it's very straight. I recognize I'm in the minority opinion here. There's absolutely nothing objective about the idea that I don't like jeans.
Peter saw the van he would be riding in with Daphne and the rest of Mystery Incorporated, lowercase this time. He took note that it had two different flowers, a back entrance, and a 3-way seat in the front.
A 3-way seat? Like a seat for having 3-ways?
3-way. Yeah, not a bench seat, which could seat 3 people, but instead...
This is one for fucking 2 other people.
Yeah.
And also 2 different flowers is a hell of a way to describe the aesthetic of the van.
Yeah, just doing a little bit of just doing a 696 in the front of the van.
Yeah.
I mean, the van he would be riding in is a hell of a way to describe
That's true.
the vehicle.
Yeah. Can I say I hate being on the bottom in a 696?
Yeah.
My preferred...
You're mostly just fighting for breath.
Yeah, that's true. My favorite position is the 609, where it's a 69, but you leave room for Jesus.
That's what, I'm pretty sure the 609 is what, they did on I Love Lucy.
Yeah, or the 619. They also do the 619.
Yeah. Peter was just in the black shirt. Daphne called Peter.
Peter, come and sit in the front with me.
We're going to have a 3-way. Peter and Fred are going to, visit France.
The old doubles 3-way, yeah.
Peter gladly sat in the front and watched as he saw them arrive at Velma's house.
Oh, he's that kind of guy. He goes to the 3-way, but just watches. Okay. Yeah. I mean, don't be, if everybody's cool with that, go for it, man.
Yeah.
Go on,
just be safe. Right. Just be safe,
Velma's house was small compared to Daphne's house, but only a little bigger than Peter's house.
Oh, no.
I don't even know what the fuck their houses look like. All I know is that the Blakes have a mansion.
They have a mansion, and Peter has a home.
Velma was already standing outside, waiting for Fred and the rest of the gang and Peter. Ooh, Zoidberg hard.
Yeah, well, I wonder what Peter's up to. But how's Peter doing?
Yeah, how is he? She saw the van arrive with Fred, Daphne, and Peter sitting in the front, and she guessed that she would be in the back with Shaggy and Scooby. Drew the short straw there. She did not mind it right now, but it would certainly be awkward because Shaggy kind of loved Velma and got starstruck by her smarts.
That is an awkward dynamic.
Yeah.
It's not from the show, but Zoinks.
Like Zoinks, Velma.
Like Zoinks.
We're out doing, solving mysteries, but I also really love you because you're really smart.
Mm-hmm.
Like Zoinks, Velma, do you have an OnlyFans? Scooby was eating a triple-decker sandwich as he saw the mystery machine arrive.
Finally, something normal in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? He called Shaggy.
Raggy, mystery machine was here.
You didn't even fucking try, dude. Not you, kind of author.
Yeah.
Roar, and Revan Weersboro.
Yeah.
Shaggy went downstairs and told Scooby, Scoob, we gotta go.
He's the one ready. You're not.
Scoob, we gotta go. So finish eating your triple-decker sandwich.
He was.
Shut up.
Why are you telling me,
It's such a power move.
I was the one who was ready. Like, fuck off! You didn't even know they were here!
Yeah.
What an asshole!
Come on, Scoob, stop eating. We gotta get ready.
Like, Connor messages me, Blake, please join. We have to start this riff. And I join, and it's like, all right, guys, we really need to start this riff, so I'll pick up the pace.
Same, yeah.
Like, come on, Shaggy. Shaggy and Scooby exited their house and went into the mystery machine.
I love what happens in the next paragraph.
The image started to blur, and I was at a different scene that took place in New York City Mental Asylum.
Thank you for reminding me you are...
Just long enough that I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a real place. That's a real place. Totally real place. New York City Mental Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
It showed the Green Goblin being transferred to Coolsville Mental Home. It's a small world after all.
Yeah.
He was getting too much for the guards in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they shipped him off to some small town.
I love that the mental asylum is doing so poorly at actually treating Green Goblin's whatever he's dealing with, that they've got just guards around and he's just giving them the business. He's just razzing them so hard that they can't, like, deal with it.
He was being transferred on the bus with another villain from the New York jail cells. I thought it was a mental asylum.
Prison, jail, and an asylum are all exactly the same thing. There's no difference at all.
Yeah, you'd think Arkham Asylum would, like, make people aware that there's more,
Yeah, you would think that would be part of the public outreach. Like, hey, there's a difference. You can't just send people who are criminals here. Like, they have to have something that we could treat. But no.
Thank you for bailing me out, because I completely forgot how I was going to explain that.
I got where you were going.
And then
I knew exactly where I wanted to go, and I completely was failing to find a way to get there.
And then they interview the average layperson, and it's like, well, I don't see a difference. The villains get sent to Arkham Asylum, and that's just where they hold them until the villains break out again.
Yeah, until they break out, yeah. It's essentially just purgatory.
And then, of course, somebody makes the argument that they should cut funding to Arkham Asylum for that reason, and then it's just a vicious cycle.
Right.
No. The image blurred again and showed a New York jail cell. The jail cell showed Electro, another one of another one of Spider-Man's past villains. He had on superpower cufflinks.
Oh.
Classy.
Yeah.
Not handcuffs. Cufflinks.
Yeah. Okay. He's wearing like a silk French shirt, because French shirts are the ones that traditionally have cufflinks instead of buttons. And yeah, it's just a really classy jail. This is to help rehabilitate it.
Dude.
Once you realize how it is to live life, it's just a normal, hardworking.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. It's like, well, you can either wear this prison uniform, or we've designed this, like, really fancy 3-piece suit or something, like, super fancy, with built-in power limiting.
Yeah.
So as long as you wear this, like, that'll be fine by us. And you also get to wear a really nice suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Avant-garde jail cells.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had on cufflinks, which held his power. He was being held in the same truck as the Green Goblin. I thought he was in a jail cell.
Who cares, man? Just this person
He was
doesn't
being transferred on the bus with another villain from the New York jail cell. So the view faded from someone to a person right next to them.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
We have to keep moving because this gets even dumber.
The image blurred as my body took a giant painful turn on the hospital bed and heads back to Scooby and the
What
gang.
happened?
Oh, he'll explain.
Oh my god. That's the real mystery.
My mind was starting to lose control of my powerful powers.
Wow.
Ouch.
Writing. They were starting to burn me out since my last use when I helped Mystery Incorporated. They blew up in my face literally and wounded me in this hospital.
Jesus.
I had to focus, and I start to repoint the moving mystery machine a few minutes later.
1, I'm glad you were already in the hospital when it blew up. 2, are you telling me that, like, this author's stories, not only do they involve the self-insert or something, but there's actually, like, ongoing plot with the self-insert?
Yeah.
Like,
Unrelated.
and by this point,
Unrelated to the rest of the plot, yeah.
By this point, by this story, the self-insert is struggling to maintain their powers.
Oh, no, I think this is a B plot that they have decided to contrive right here in the middle of this.
Oh, okay.
Without relation to other stories they're writing.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, just imagine, like, he's lying in that hospital bed, nurse walks in to check his vitals or whatever, and all of a sudden, just jump scare. His fucking face just explodes.
Yeah. The front of his head just violently explodes. And he goes, ah! My powers! Just smoke
filling the room.
I mean, it's just like that scene in Spider-Man 1, you know? Willem Dafoe's like unconscious or something. The doctor's trying to bring him back to life, looks over, sees the heartbeat come back. Willem Dafoe grabs him and strangles him, and what does he say? Like, just keep the formula.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
Just send me the check.
Yeah. Check, please, he says, and then kills the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the narrator vision was flickering, Peter was wondering who would be the first ghost he helped Mystery Incorporated solve. Fred was heading to the local Coolsville jewelry store.
I love these sentences.
So weird.
I like them too.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the irate gamer to join the gang.
Yeah.
Hunt some ghosts. Peter took note of that. Of what? As Fred parked the van and told the gang,
let's go investigate this new mystery at the Coolsville jewelry store.
God, their life is just a fucking video game. There was just a waypoint at the store and they went there, and now a cutscene has started.
Yeah.
Daphne was in the store waiting. How? As Fred asked the owner if he could see the video feeds from last night. The owner nervously answered,
sure, here they are, and there is a television behind you.
Fred turns around and he just blackjacks him on the back of the head.
Yeah.
You won't catch me. Fred inserted the tape and saw the video feed. The first to react was Velma and said,
that's the ghost of the creeper who we locked up years ago, and we still have that costume. Someone must have remade one to rob this jewelry store.
I was really hoping it was like Freddy Fazbear.
If only.
Yeah.
Then all my knowledge of the lore would be helpful, but... man.
Creeper. Oh, man.
And all of the furry art.
Yeah, we can put it in the thumbnail and everything. It'd be great.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
The room went quiet as everyone pondered who could have remade this costume. Well, with no additional evidence, I guess they're just thinking of every single person in the world.
Yeah. I mean, they have an omniscient narrator with them, so...
That's true.
This jewelry store was robbed by a person.
Yeah. Let's just start going down the list. Start calling errands, I guess.
You know, and if you have any information, please call 1-800-MYSTERY, get some cruise tickets, and also help us out.
Yeah.
Peter wondered how many monsters Daphne and her friends encountered. He knew from the look on everyone's face that somehow this past villain had been remade.
Or from the words they said.
Or from the video he saw.
He knew from what Velma said into his ears.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Peter finally decided to speak up and asked,
so now do we look for clues in this jewelry shop?
Fred replied,
we should look for this creeper impersonator in the alleyway behind the jewelry shop.
Yeah.
You might find other kinds of creepers back there.
Yeah. He robbed this place 10 hours ago, and he's probably still counting his jewels behind it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it worked for the girls in Declaration Disaster. I mean, the guy was just walking around with, like, fucking Declaration Independence sticking out of his pocket. Shaggy and Scooby replied with a bunch of no. And Shaggy said, No. We'll go investigate the pizza parlor across the street. No end quote.
Cool.
Daphne follows Fred and Peter into the alleyway, while Velma questioned the jewelry store owner about what jewels were missing. Daphne looked at the alleyway and all the dust that collected on her clothes and sneakers. She tripped over the gang first clue, which was filled with dirt and dead autumn leaves.
What is it?
There's no connective thread. It sounds like she just chose to go do so.
So, like, she's danger prone, ostensibly, but, like, really she's just good at tripping over things.
She knows she's danger prone, Daphne, and she has to keep that going, so she's like, well, I guess I see the first clue, and I guess I'll trip over it to reveal it for the rest of them, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, there's something kind of bold about aspiring to be clumsy. I mean, most people avoid it.
Yeah.
But what if you just embraced it and tried to be the clumsiest person possible? You know, shoot the moon. Daphne said,
I think I just found our first clue.
Shaggy and Scooby were eating a giant pizza pie. They were very hungry and at it very fast and swiftly.
Mm-hmm.
They then started to head back to the jewelry store to find out what scary place they would be venturing into this time. Velma finally found out that 3 priceless rubies and sapphires and emeralds were stolen from the shop.
So 9 things?
Yeah, with a total dollar value of 0. Because they're priceless.
Yeah. Oh no, we just keep these here in the counters, but you can't actually buy them.
Yeah, that's a display item.
Yeah, just like look and see. We've got the best jewels ever.
Yeah, like when will people realize priceless doesn't mean expensive? It means that it is so valuable that it makes no sense to ever sell it.
Yeah.
She told Shaggy and he responded, Velma may be the villain a big Pokemon fan. Get it, Scooby?
What the fuck? Is there the canned laughter from the original Scooby Doo here as well? Like,
I mean,
is those the only people laughing? What?
That was a joke so bad, I didn't even get it at first.
Hey, Bob, you like Pokemon? Was that a joke tailor-made to you?
My sides hurt from laughing so hard.
Oh yeah,
it was one of those things where like you close your eyes and you open your mouth to laugh, but it's like the laughter doesn't come out.
Yeah, the pressure just starts building. Yeah.
Oh my God, Bob's gonna explode.
Oh, don't worry, I've already died.
Yeah. Scooby laughed and said, It's just incomprehensible.
Shaggy's in his own little world.
Yeah, and Scooby's dialogue now it might as well be an actual dog.
Yeah.
Daphne was about to turn the alleyway to check the back entrance of the jewelry store. A mugger grabbed her.
Oh, okay.
She screamed for help, and yet no one came for her at first.
I mean,
Holy
they all
shit.
thought like, there goes danger-prone Daphne again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just hear trash can after trash can falling over. It's like, oh gosh.
Is she getting into danger?
Another day in Coolsville.
Is she getting into danger again? Let's just let her.
Do we have to go right this second, or like, can we wait? Okay, let's go, guys. Oh, fuck.
She was being dragged out of the other alleyway, but Peter was there.
Oh.
Peter tackled the mugger and pinned him to the ground. His spider sense told him Daphne was in trouble. He can use his other senses. He's not like deaf, mute, blind with no tongue or fingers.
Yeah.
Like he can fucking see.
He
doesn't need to sense it if he can see it.
She screamed.
Like this is like fucking just what do they call it? Flanderizing. You know, he's just because he has spider sense. It's the only thing he can use to sense anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran to go save Daphne, and he did.
Oh my God. And I did.
Yeah,
That's some real Christian Humber Reloaded right there. Bring it back.
Also, he tackled the mugger and pinned him to the ground. That sentence was in reverse, reverse order or something.
Yeah.
Like he tackles the mugger, then his spider sense tells him she's in trouble, and then he runs to save her.
Yeah, it was the ending first, and then the beginning.
And then we're gonna get the ending again.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Daphne watched in shock as he tackled the man who grabbed her, and she thought,
he's so brave for saving me.
oh,
That's such a weird way. Like, that's almost transactional in its assessment of the situation. Like, I'm in danger, and he came and he saved me, and that makes him brave. And I would like to reward him for his bravery.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
My vision started to re-blur and show me the truck that held the 2 villains from Spider-Man's past. This is so necessary. Green Goblin told Electro, when we reach Coolsville, we will break free from the truck and destroy Spider-Man. My vision blurred and I lost conscience.
Of course.
Shit.
Wow, we now have...
Now it's...
I mean, we have someone who's omniscient.
Lucky Knight's villain arc just began.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His vision blurs and he's sitting next to Green Goblin.
Oh my God.
And Electro.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Lucky Knight, no. So, okay. Wait, please comment, favorite, and review if you want the narrator to live.
Oh God.
Isn't he your, like, self-character?
Oh my God.
And don't worry, McKnight93 suggestion 2 will be used in chapter 4.
Okay.
I've never seen someone hold their OC at gunpoint.
Hold their OC, who is the omniscient narrator of the story. Like, if the OC dies, the story just stops.
Guys, if you do not leave enough reviews, I will kill my OC.
Wait, our first 3 villains, that was called. So, Green Goblin, Electro...
I think...
Yeah, maybe
no,
it is
I think
the
it's
mugger?
No, it's the Creeper.
Oh.
Yeah. No, genuinely, I think it's supposed to be the Creeper, who isn't interesting at all.
I don't even remember the Creeper. Is that a Scooby Doo villain?
Yes. Yeah, that's the green dude.
Okay. Creeper!
Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, he sounds like that.
I looked him up when they mentioned him.
Yeah, Jeepers, it's the Creeper.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well... That was the first part of Beauty and the Spider-Man.
Jesus Christ.
Beauty and the Spider-Man.
And real quick, so we don't have to read all the reviews at the end, everyone's just like, oh yeah, this is a cool story. But McKnight, let's read his suggestion real quick.
Okay.
You know, as a little teaser, because it will appear next time.
Yeah, fair enough.
He says, alright, the story has potential, but I'm going to give you a few tips to make the story better and more popular.
Okay.
Whoa.
You don't have to write a good story to make it popular one here. Separate your story with paragraphs and sentences. You don't want to make it one giant paragraph. Oh my god, it was before?
Jesus.
Okay.
No wonder we didn't read it.
Genuinely glad for that bit of advice.
Yep. Check out my stories to help give you a better idea.
Okay.
My stories better than books, basically.
Take the bad with the good, I guess.
Yeah. Don't make characters out of character or OC. Like Fred, he is a nice guy who is incredibly naive and loves to help people. He is nice to everyone and likes to hang out with his friends and makes plans, decisions, and plans.
Yeah.
So,
you know the old saying, plan twice, decide once.
Yep.
Yeah. No, plan once, decide once, plan again.
And then state it multiple times out of order.
Though you have not introduced him yet, I get the feeling you were trying to make him like a bully of some sort, in which he is completely not. Keeping characters in character is a very important part in stories. Putting yourself in the story is a big stretch, which I don't think that many people like. I personally don't, since they make themselves the all-powerful, unkillable, awesome person, which most people are not. I guess some people are.
Some people are.
And this isn't a flame or anything, I'm just saying that's how everyone else does it. I mean, not wrong. You should just stick with normal story characters. What you could do is what Stan Lee does, and he makes a cameo appearance of himself. This is what I suggest. I think it would be just as lame if someone's OC showed up for a cameo.
Yeah, that would also not be great.
Peter doesn't wear glasses anymore. His spider powers enhanced his eyesight. Yeah, but he does it to keep up appearances. That would be like saying, he doesn't wear normal clothes anymore since he is Spider-Man. He's just Spider-Man all the time.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if he unbuttoned like the top half of his shirt and also was wearing glasses. Everyone on the bus would have known he was Spider-Man.
Yeah. And then the ultimate point, I mean, just straight up destroys the story. Why would Peter be carrying a box of Scooby snacks with him?
Holy shit. Facts and logic.
Destroyed.
Absolutely roasted. I mean, it's like we're reading a fucking roast turkey here.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he said he'll use his suggestion, like, in the upcoming chapter. What suggestion?
I think he said suggestion from chapter 2 in the next
one.
Oh
my god, yeah, he wrote a whole bunch of other
suggestions. He wrote one for every chapter, I believe.
Oh my god.
So do we need
I
to
don't want to read the...
Okay.
We'll catch him at the end, I think.
Yeah, we can catch the rest at the end. But hey, at least we know that this guy may have saved the story by having this guy break it up into paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Story saved.
Well, we'll just be continuing next time on Beauty and the Spider-Man.
Thanks for watching. If you caught this around the time of release, we're still doing our bi-weekly streams of a gargantuan story called Fate that you absolutely should not miss. During the streams, we bring on volunteers to voice characters and hang out with us for a bit. And if you need to catch up, you still have time. Our patrons are on screen, and they get priority to voice characters, but we try to make sure everyone who wants to has an opportunity to join in at least once. More details in the announcement video on our channel. Take care, get vaccinated if you can, and have a good one.